Hey guys, this is Bob Bain and Joe Massey from 40 Years, 40 Beers. As you guys know, every season we try to do something different. This season's actually going to be all about Stranger Things. So before we get into the season, we're going to talk about our expectations for season 5. We're going to talk about our theories, and hopefully you guys enjoy it and let us know what you think in the comments.
Yeah, man. So season 2 is wrapping up. We have 2 great episodes to finish season 2. We'll be publishing them soon. This is being recorded and hopefully gets published right before season 5 begins on Netflix later this evening. Today is Wednesday, the 26th. And a little longer of a trailer. We wanted to give our predictions. Bobby's been watching as much of the entire series as he possibly could. I have watched the season 4 finale. And we just want to kind of talk about the beginning and the end and what we think is going to start happening later tonight.
Yes. So I actually have some crazy theories. I have 2 theories, and the very first one ties in to season 1, something I never knew about. I don't know if a lot of Stranger Things fans know this. So the character of Will Byers, right? The kid who plays Will Byers. If you go and look back at season 1, if you look back at like the Wikipedia page and everything, he wasn't a main character at that point. All right.
Really?
Because think about it. Think about how much he was really in it, right? He was recurrent.
Yeah.
He wasn't a main cast member. So I think that they never intended for him to really come back after season 1, right? I think he was going to be dead and that was it. So I have a crazy theory about season 5, dude. I think that Will Byers is not going to make it past season 5 or out of season 5 alive. I think we're all
What?
thinking that 11, right, is going to be the one who stops Vecna and who saves Hawkins. Well, throughout the whole series, they've been showing you how no matter what, Will is still affected, right? He still gets the hair stand up on the back of his
Yeah.
neck or whatever. I think he's going to be the one who saves everybody and saves Hawkins, and it's going to cost him his life.
That's interesting. I mean, I think someone besides Vecna has to die. And I think it's safe to say that even if there's a spin-off or something beyond this, I think it's safe to say that what we know as Vecna now is going to die at some point. I think can't see this, even if some of the beloved characters we know die, like you're saying, Will or Elle or someone else. I can't imagine Vecna lives past the New Year's Day finale.
You don't think they'll end it on a downer. You think it's definitely going to be on a positive note.
Well, no, I mean, to your point, if Will and Vecna die, is that technically positive? I don't know.
No, that's still a downer. It's still a downer.
Exactly. If Elle and Will and Vecna die, it's still a death. But I think the demon gets defeated is my point. But I agree with you. Someone's got to die. Like Biggie said, there's no way someone besides Vecna is not dying for sure. And what you're saying makes sense. I mean, Sean Astin's character, Will, there were a lot of people who seemed to be very flaky in season 1. Who's the girl who's currently in the hospital, like in a coma?
Max.
Her brother popped in the middle of season 3 and now he's gone. Like,
yep.
I think you got a point with, so how far did you get? You went from the pilot
So I mean,
where?
I've seen it. I've seen the whole thing.
Yes, but I mean,
rewatched. Yeah, I'm
rewatching.
actually, I made it all the way up to season 4, and with it starting tonight now, I mean, thankfully, I remember season 4. I mean, it was the most recent season, so I'll be fine. Yeah, I mean, I got all the way through seasons 1, 2, and 3.
And I didn't finish, but I started the season 4 finale. It's 2.5 hours, dog. So I ended where they go to the pizzeria and they're about to put Elle in the salt bath so he can get into his mind remotely because they can't get a ride home. Now, why? Like, we saw a question I wanted to talk through with you is we saw, like, in season 4's finale, we saw there's a presence of Vecna or the entity in Russia. And Winona Ryder's character was saying, like, we don't need to get home. We can, if we damage this thing in Russia.
So it's another gate is what it is.
Helps.
They're all gates.
Why is Hawkins the center and then there's just these tiny gates everywhere else? I'm assuming everywhere else. We've only seen Russia and Hawkins, right? Have we seen a third gate?
No. Well, there's been multiple gates. I mean, there's multiple gates in Hawkins.
Outside of Hawkins, though, have we seen a gate besides the one in Russia?
We have not.
The jail in Russia. Okay.
So, and they never tell you this, right? I mean, you don't know exactly why, but my theory is, if you remember, the lab, right, is based in Hawkins, okay? The lab where 11 was held. Okay. Well, that's where she basically created Vecna, right? She
Mhm.
defeated, was it Henry Creel? Was that his name?
Yeah, the blonde, right? The
Yeah.
blonde-haired kid. He was
Yeah.
number 1, wasn't he?
Correct. So she
Yeah.
defeated Henry Creel, and when she banished him or whatever, defeated him, her energy created the upside down, putting him there. Now it's an upside down, right? A unilateral dimension of Hawkins. Okay, so that's where the main energy is in Hawkins.
Right.
Do I know why there's also one in Russia? I have no freaking no clue, mess. I
Yeah.
really don't. Now I think it's also because maybe when the Russians were in Hawkins, did they take things back to Russia? Is that what happened?
That's a good point, maybe, yeah,
You know,
maybe.
I have no idea. But getting on season 5, I have another crazy theory.
Go ahead,
And
hit me.
I've deliberately stayed off of IMDb and off of Wikipedia for season 5
I'm not looking or watching or reading anything, yeah,
because
me too.
I don't want to spoil this theory. I could be way off. I could be wrong. You ready? You sitting down? You might want to get a seatbelt on.
Yeah, I'm
All
sitting,
right.
gotta do it.
We have not seen the last of Eddie Munson. Eddie Munson is now on Vecna's side.
Wait, remind me, who's Eddie Munson?
Eddie Munson's the kid who died in the Upside Down, bro. The leader of
Oh,
the Hellfire Club.
the Hellfire kid who was playing when he said, "You ready for the most metal concert ever?"
Yes, and then the bats got him and he died. Well, he died in the Upside Down.
Right.
We haven't seen the last of him.
That's
He's
interesting.
going to be plotting with Vecna and for Vecna now. Now, I don't know if he's going to be a major character. Is it going to be throughout all the seasons? Or are we going to see him in one episode? But mark it down. You heard it here first. 40 years, 40 beers.
So Eddie
We have
Munson
not seen the last of Eddie
gets
Munson on Stranger Things.
resurrected in some way, and he's on Vecna's side, and you think Will dies
I think Will dies. Those are
along
my
with
two,
Vecna.
along with Vecna. Those are my two major theories, is that Will is going to be the one who actually is the hero and not 11.
What if Will dies, Vecna dies, Elle manages to kill Vecna, but what if Eddie carries on as the new Vecna?
I don't think I like the theory. I love where your
Because you
mind's
gotta
going. I love the outside
imagine
the box, but then it
if
doesn't
Eddie
end. It doesn't end, right? And then I
Well, it
think
doesn't we don't have any confirmation that it's gonna end. And
Mhm.
why would they want it to completely end?
This is the final season. They've said that
No, I'm saying the world, right? Like how
because
Howard had spinoffs
they
and
can't get a show out between my son starting first grade and him becoming a senior in high school.
I know.
I mean, it's over.
I think they do that intentionally.
Well, it's because the budget got so much bigger. I mean, I think they had I think it's like a $30 million per episode budget
It's
now.
crazy now. What was the other one besides Pat? Walking Dead. Like they have a universe. Even Tulsa King. Samuel L. Jackson's doing a spinoff after the season 3 finale. But
Well, listen, because not everybody can be Taylor Sheridan. Taylor Sheridan's just cranking out hits for Paramount.
Tulsa King is great, dog. I love it. But I mean, in a scenario where Eddie is resurrected and he goes through season 5 as Vecna's like right-hand man, let's just say, something like that. If we're confident Vecna's going to die, it would stand to reason that Eddie's got to die again or he carries on. I think it's absolutely possible. Okay, so here's my prediction.
Listen, no theories are off the table. I think you're out of your mind, but no theories are off the table.
My theory is we see something in this world after New Year's Day. When the series 5 finale ends, it's not the end of this world on television. And to that extent, I'm agreeing. I'm leaning into your Eddie theory enough to say something has to go beyond Vecna. What if Elle makes another Vecna in the process of killing him? What if she comes?
This is all you're going. This is all just to support your future series theory. I think it has to come to conclusion, right? I think the Vecna thing has to come to conclusion with this, or else people are going to go batshit crazy. Because then,
it's a different audience. You're right. There's a lot more of a younger audience wrapped up in this. And if Stranger Things ended the way The Sopranos did, I think everybody's head would explode. I think I'm not saying it's not going to end like Breaking Bad, where literally every single thing gets sorted out and spelled out for you. But I'm just saying there's no way Netflix is going to let this be the end of that universe. No way.
I think it has to be, cuz I think it has to be. Now we're getting off. Now, what other theories do you have here? What's going to happen to Max? So Max is in the hospital, right? She's in the coma. She's got a broken arm, a broken leg. If you
I
remember,
don't know.
too, she actually died because that's how the gate opened, the
Right.
final gate, and they had to bring her back.
If Elle brought her back once, I think she could bring her back again. The problem is Elle has got her hands full now, and she's not. They're not gonna have the luxury of being together or Elle spending that time. Plus, Elle's going to waste all of her energy on Vecna. And what I want to know is, did the trailer make it seem to you like, so we end the series 4 finale with everybody gets back into Hawkins. They're in their field, and you look out on
They notice the
this
Upside Down's coming.
the city, and the Upside Down is taking over the regular world. The trailer, in my mind, you have to pick up right there.
I think you do. So and it looks
But
like
the
to
trailer
me,
made it seem like that's not where we were picking up.
well, it also might not be happening. It might not be an overnight change. You know what I'm saying? I know what you're saying, because I have, it just also hit me. Somebody else is going to die, and I know who it's going to be. Hopper.
Why do you want everybody to die?
I don't. I just think this is the way to make a really engaging series.
So
right?
I understand
When
why.
nobody's safe, think of Game of
nobody's
Thrones,
safe,
right?
for
Think
sure.
of
And
Walking Dead. Like,
I think one other person besides Vecna dies. I think it would be cheesy if it was I'm really on board with the Will situation, because you see in the trailer, like he says, like, I have to use you one more time. So I definitely think Will is at the top of the death pool list.
that's what this can be called, by the way. When you
Death
put it
pool.
out.
Yeah.
Stranger Things Death Pool Season 5.
Why do you think he would?
Because what's going to happen is, right, now that the Upside Down is taking over, the town, the lab, possibly even the Russians all have to come together, right, and fight against the Upside Down, fight against the demidogs, the demigorgons, Vecna, the Mind Flayer, right? They're all going to have to come together. I think there's going to be way more opportunities in this season for people to go down. And that's why I think you're going to see a lot more characters go than we've seen in previous seasons.
Yeah, Okay, I agree with that. I don't know. I'm not sold on anybody besides Vecna and Will going, but I'm on board with the idea that many more people have to go for sure.
Right. And it just makes for a great season. I mean, everybody's going to be talking about the show no matter what.
Yeah.
Right. Imagine if all of a sudden by episode 3, you're like, because I think only the first 3 episodes are out right now, right?
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly 3, but I think they're doing 1/3 or they're doing like 40% today, 40% later in December, and then I think it's the absolute final episode on New Year's Day.
Yeah, I think I think it's Thanksgiving Eve, Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve.
Yeah, okay.
And I could be wrong, but I think that's what it is.
So, 2 things. I want to end with explaining what everyone can expect from season 3, but before that, let's say the collective group of human beings defeat Vecna in some way, shape, or form. Does the Upside Down disappear? And if so, how do you get confirmation of that? And does the Upside Down that came into the real world just magically all fade away? Or is it ruined forever?
Okay, so if that happens, all right, because look, Elle's going to have to be involved in some capacity, right? She's going to be involved in defeating Vecna somehow. We know that, correct?
Yes. Yeah,
So
for sure.
the happy ending scenario is what I think you're asking. So they defeat Vecna, everything's hunky-dory, it's unicorns and rainbows now, the Upside Down goes away. What I think happens is she has to use, along with Will is the sacrifice, she has to use all of her energy and all of her telekinetic powers, whatever, to defeat Vecna. Once that happens, yes, there's no more Upside Down because she has already expelled all of her powers. Now she gets to go on and live a normal life. I almost think that's what the story is about. Stranger Things is about, think about it. You had Joyce, who was a single mother, right? You had Hopper, who had the issue with his daughter. All right. You had Elle. All of these 3 people were, what's the word I'm looking for? Scarred. So they were all scarred, so to speak.
Okay.
All 3 of these people were scarred.
Yeah, but now by this point, everyone in the city is scarred.
No, I get that. But if everything happens, let's say Joyce, right, and Harper let's say Joyce and Hopper make it through everything. Okay. Will does make it through everything, which I don't think he does. Elle does. Now you're going to have a happy family of Hopper, Joyce, the 2 boys, right? Elle. right?
Yeah.
Mike's going to go back to his family. Elle will be back from California. Everything will be fine now. They're all going to live the life they want to live. They're all going to live happily ever after.
And then it's just like stranger things have happened, and now we're all good now.
Yep, the stranger things are gone, and now we're going to be on the normal things.
So you think after she defeats Will, she has no
Vecna,
more
after she
no
defeats
more
Vecna.
after she defeats Vecna with Will, she has no more superpowers
Correct.
or telekinetic powers or mind power, whatever it's
What I
called.
mean, the
Yeah.
woman can do, the girl. I mean, she's a woman in real life. The girl can do whatever she wants. I mean, listen, I don't know what her powers are called. She's just a
Yeah,
badass.
I think she hasn't fully realized everything she's capable of either in the show.
I do. I mean,
You
she's
think so?
pretty. Yeah, I mean, she's pretty. She's I don't know, dude. She sent a guy to another dimension and created a whole new world.
But every episode seems like maybe not every single episode, but as each season progresses, it seems like she stumbles on more and more that she's capable of.
Okay. Well, yep, absolutely. I'll give you that. Yeah,
Maybe
absolutely.
by the season 4 finale, she's reached her full potential, but maybe not. If she's reached her full potential, she hasn't been successful in killing him yet. So that's why I'm thinking she's got more in store for us in terms of her capabilities.
You know what? That's a great point. I think that's a
Yeah.
great point. We're going to end on that. Remember, guys, Death Pool. 40 years, 40 beers, Death Pool. Stranger Things, season 5. Will
Will,
Byers, all right,
Hopper,
and Hopper and Vecna.
and Vecna for sure.
All right. Also,
And
Eddie Munson.
Eddie gets resurrected
We
as
have not
Vecna's
seen the
right-hand
last of Eddie
man.
Munson. All right. Eddie
And what
Munson
about the
lives.
broad in the coma? Are we saying she comes back to life?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oof. All right.
I don't know.
And so we're gonna watch the episodes that air tonight. We're gonna do one podcast episode per Stranger Things episode.
Correct.
Season 3 will end when the series ends, and we're gonna do our best to get them out to you guys as quickly as possible.
Hey, thanks. Everybody enjoy. Happy
Yes, sir.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. I'll talk to you, cuz.
All right. Later on.
Later.